what happened, and that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
We got 4. We got 4. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And he missed it again. The 4th time now in this game alone, and that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong.
Johnson odds poke free. Football's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Complete.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you. No matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
We can't have that.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Ryan Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. A quick slant to Hill. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
The end of the first half.
Now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the 3rd quarter of action. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
New York set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Making it happen, Captain. Making it.
Way in. Touchdown, New York. Hill. Tyreek Hill with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to
Chiefs
not
take
bring
over
this one
first
out as
and
their
10
drive will begin
at
at
their
the
own
25.
25-yard line.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've
Duke
struggled moving
Johnson,
the ball,
the ball
turning it
carrier.
over on the last possession.
Taken
Is that what
down
against
right
symptomatic?
at the line of
Yeah.
scrimmage.
I like that.
Your analysis
No gain on the
symptomatic
play.
of the success of this
Second
broadcast.
and 10.
What I like is that you
At
gave
the
me the word.
25-yard
I just kept
line.
using it.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Throwing on second down. Minshew. And the Jets pressure too much. Just down he
Minshew
goes.
sacks. A loss
Some
of
quick,
7
easy
yards.
analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So third and long, here's Minshew. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Minshew's
The linebacker
pass.
Miles Jack
Incomplete.
able to knock
Intended
that
for
one away.
Chris Godwin.
Has to be a little bit of frustration
Press
there.
play
Back-to-back
in punt formation.
incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A
Fair catch
41-yard
made
punt
at
there
the
with no
35-yard
return.
line.
And possession
The Jets
will
take
switch
over
hands first and 10.
At their own
Tyreek Hill making his
35-yard
way back
line.
out towards the huddle. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. George Kittle with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but
The
that's his
kick is
second
blocked
touchdown
and
catch
no
of
good.
this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here
Michael
as this one
Dixon
continues
set
to go.
kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll
The
just
Chiefs
sit
take
on
over
this one as
first
their
and
drive
10
will start at the
their own
25.
25-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't
Go
worked
to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe
Duke
try and find
Johnson,
one of
the
those
ball
special
carrier.
plays from one of your
He was
better
brought down
players,
by
and maybe
Cole
try and hit
Holcomb.
something big and get things
A
going in
gain
the
of 5
excitement area.
brings up second and 5 at the 30-yard
Now
line.
whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. And that'll set them back 5. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down.
4 down, 4 down.
They'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hawkinson.
Minshew's
And
pass
this is going to get
complete
out
to
of bounds,
TJ
so they will gain a
Hawkinson.
bit of yardage on the
A
play,
fumble on the
actually, and
play.
they'll hold on to the
Out of
football as
bounds.
well.
The offense
I don't know about
retains
you, but I could
possession.
hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball,
Minshew's
man.
pass
That winds up
complete
being
to
a
Duke Johnson.
4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play,
Fair
it wound
catch
up losing
made at the
yardage.
28-yard
So a change of possession here
The Jets
on the
take
punt.
over
And
first
the
and
offense
10
will take over
at their own
with a new set of
28-yard
downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Now this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. He's going to let it go again. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. And man, Charles, talking about
Graham
zinging
Gano
something
on
in there.
40
Those
extra
gloves,
points.
they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
A little stinger, but a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23
yards. Already just shy of midfield.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Duke Johnson.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 47-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. What we got, what we got, what we got?
To throw again on second down. Minshew, pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
No!
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Number 25, Duke Johnson.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just put their ears back and get after them now.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew to the right side and complete to Washington.
Minshew's pass.
That catch good for
James
5.
Washington.
It's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Complete to
It's a
Duke
loss
Johnson.
of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
His throw incomplete.
The pass. Intended for his wideout. Incomplete. Akello Witherspoon on the coverage.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of
A
play.
good pick up
with
there
the
on
score,
20
Jets
yards.
43.
And on that
Chiefs
last
3.
play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets.
Touchdown, Jets.
From 6 yards away. And this offense is running away with this one. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And boy, are they going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Minshew's pass complete to Duke Johnson. Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
I thought that was a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
This is unbelievable.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The sack coming from Big Dalvin Tomlinson.
It's a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
That one complete to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
A gain of 22
and he'll go down,
more
but
yards.
not before getting this inside the 30.
Jets.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And now they're in the hurry up. They run it again with Chubb. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Holding offense.
Come on, man. Set the tone. You better do something.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You better bring it.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Carl Lawson
a loss
on
of
the
a
tackle.
yard, and it brings up
A
4.
loss of a yard.
I think it's pretty evident.
It's
We can
fourth
say what
down.
a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And the numbers show it. Low involvement early. But since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has. And when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Here we go. Here we go. 50-50. Mike 50. Watch twist.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
Minshew's
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard on the play.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Fair catch made at the 33-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he is really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
And 7 yards to go.
Big Sears right here. She's got a...
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Minshew's pass.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. That's complete right around the 8. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Touchdown, Jets.
Gano now to add the extra point.
The extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here again comes Gardner Minshew. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet it is...
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
We're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jets, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get to stay home. players have contracts that are about to expire. Re-sign them so you don't lose them to free agency.